Hi, Melania. I'm looking at your essay you submitted for the second draft, and I really appreciate all of your hard work, but I want to review with you some changes and some concerns I have. So let's just start with some small things. It seems like you're adding a lot of unnecessary space. So if you look right here after your title, for instance, you don't really need all of that extra space. I want to see that you have the full page allotment that I've given you. And you also want to ensure that you are indenting all of your paragraphs. So so if you add a tab at the beginning of every paragraph, that would be wonderful. Finally, it's okay. This isn't a big deal, but you did spell my name incorrectly. So it may be a good idea to just look at the syllabus whenever you write a professor's name on an essay, because we do appreciate if you get it correctly. So I'll just go ahead and spell it for you just in case you don't have the copy of the syllabus, which is available online. I know you said you lost it, but you can check D2L for it and it's on there. But I'll go ahead and spell my name for you anyways, because I know that's a little difficult. But I do appreciate your essay here. There are some concerns I have, however. And looking at this first paragraph, there is some language that reminds me very much of your classmate Michelle's paper that she shared last week when we were doing peer review. So I appreciate your paying homage to her by copying some of her ideas, but remember what we talked about. When you use somebody's ideas or language, you want to give them credit. So if you look at this first paragraph, for example, this is the paragraph that I'm really concerned about, because if you look at the original text of Michelle's paper, you can see that there are some similarities. So if you look right here, for example, so if you look right here on Michelle's essay, you'll see that some of the language, for example, about how she was raised by her parents with many of the same values, that you work hard for what you want in life, it's very similar, eerily similar, in fact, to what you have in your introduction. So I want to review with you what we talked about MLA citation, because what you would need to do here is you would need to paraphrase more loosely. You want to change your sentence syntax. You want to change the language so it doesn't too closely emulate the language in the original paper. But you also want to give Michelle credit because, those are kind of her ideas and you are kind of stealing them. So it would be best for you ethically if you give her credit for her work. So as I told you in class, I'm okay with you using EasyBib for this. You want to make sure you're using MLA formats since it's an English class. And then you want to go down to lecture or speech, since that's where you heard the original material. And you want to give the title of the presentation. Michelle's paper title was Why I Am, make sure you capitalize it, a better first lady than you will ever be. And that was a lecture she gave in class. I don't know if you listened too closely, but hopefully you took some notes. And we're going to add in her name as the author. We're going to add in the title. So it was the DNC speech. We'll add in the location, Washington, D.C. And then the date viewed. So if you access it online, you would add that. If you went to see it in person, you would add that. So we know we originally saw this on the 12th of July, right? Just 5 days before your paper was due, which is a little suspicious, but that's okay. And then we're going to create the citation. And voila, it's created for you in MLA format. You just copy and paste that citation into your document. And then, of course, even if you paraphrase, right, so even if you are using your own words and your own ideas, you still want to add a citation. So you're going to have something that looks like this, an in-text citation inside of parentheses, and that will clue the reader into the fact that these are not your ideas, but somebody else's. And then the last thing is to make sure you include your works cited with the original text included, so that we absolutely know where that information came from. All right. So if you have any more questions, shoot me an email. Otherwise, good luck with your final draft. Truthfully, I'm not very hopeful, but maybe there will be some improvements. Thank you.